Welcome back to my channel, YouTube. Here we are again today with another video. I am about 5 weeks postpartum, and I'm going to come on here today to talk about some tips and tricks and things that I have learned and that I've been doing dealing with postpartum hair with my microloc extensions. So my routine is a little bit different than what it was before, because now that I'm postpartum, my hair has been feeling extremely dry. Now, these are extensions. This is not my natural hair, but I feel like it's still going through the same process as my natural hair would, because it feels extremely dry. It doesn't right now, but beforehand it does. So, a couple tips that I have if you are going to get microloc extensions and you are planning to have a baby, or you already have a baby, or you're already pregnant with a baby, or things like that. So things to look out for is your hair texture changing. So I've noticed that my hair has become, my natural hair, and from my roots, have become a lot softer than what it was beforehand. Like beforehand it was a little bit coarse, and now I guess postpartum it's softening up, but it still feels kind of like crunchy at the same time. I don't know, it's kind of weird. My hair is just going through like a weird moment right now. And as I mentioned earlier, the dryness is ridiculous and I can't stand it. So to combat that, I have been using the Aussie Moist conditioner every time I wash my hair. I would wash my hair with my normal shampoo. I've showed that plenty of times. And with the Aussie Moist, I would leave it on for about 5 minutes, and then I would rinse it out. And I would do that every single time that I've been washing. And I have seen an improvement from using the conditioner. So that's something that I frowned upon in my earlier days, because I didn't want my locks to slip out, and I didn't want your locks to slip out. But since my hair is a little bit more mature and can handle it, I have been adding conditioner to my wash day routine. And I also oil my scalp after my washing. That's something that I did not do before, and that's helped, I believe, also. And another thing that I have noticed is that I don't really have dandruff, but I have noticed the flakes after maybe about 2 weeks. After about 2 weeks of, after I wash my hair, I noticed the flakes. That's not something that I had before either. So that might be something like a dry scalp or something, as the dryness that I've been talking about. That's probably one of the factors to having a dry scalp now. So those are a couple things to look out for, and those are what I've been experiencing. And again, to combat that, I have been using my oils, which is coconut oil and olive oil mixed together, and I have been adding conditioner into my wash day routine after I wash my hair. And so another thing I wanted to come on here today to talk about is kind of a pros and cons with microloc extensions. So as we know, I have been installing microloc extensions on people since December of 2022. So the end of 22 is when I started installing microlocs on my clients, and that is when I began gaining my knowledge on the topics. And throughout all of 2023 and coming into 2024, I have been installing microlocs, having my own microlocs, and researching and experimenting with different types of things. So I'm coming today to talk about my personal experience with my microloc extensions. So I am 5 weeks postpartum, so my hair is changing and it is doing some crazy things or whatever, but I'm not gonna focus on that in this part. What I'm gonna focus on is the actual extensions. So here with my hair, this is a braid out. This is an old braid out that has been wet and old and things like that. But everyone talks about curly ends and how they want microlocs with curly ends and this and that and the third. So this is what it looks like when those ends start to lock. So as we see in my previous videos, all of my locks and my microloc extensions had really curly ends, and the hair was very nice and pretty and things. Well, this is what it looks like after it locks. And it's not ugly, but in my opinion, it looks kind of stringy. So I'm not too favorable about that. So that's a con that I would say about Microlocs, is the ends. Now, I haven't exactly figured out a method to keep them from looking stringy. I just know to trim them and to comb them out a little bit to try to give it that more fluffy look. But that's also really time consuming. So I need to figure out a way to get them to look a little bit better so I can keep them in for longer. And so next, obviously a pro is the length. And as we see, the volume is very good. Like my hair is beautiful and I love my locks so much. So we get volume and we get length. So that's obviously a pro. Excuse me. And another con for me that I have noticed that on some of my locks, see, these are the blunt ends. This is a blunt end that I prefer. I want all my locks to look like this, to have this blunt end. But anyways, I don't know if I could find one right now. But another con is that sometimes your hair starts to grow or just to form outside of the extension, so you have to continuously wrap them around the lock. For me, I don't really like that. So because when I wash it, sometimes that piece will poof up, and then I would have to go back and just like locksmith or, you know, do something to get it back together. That's a part of the locking process. It's natural, it's normal, it's nothing anyone can do about it. But I would consider that a con because that's just another step and it's another thing that you have to do. So I don't really like that one very much. And another pro that I have about my extensions is that I can experiment with color. Like, as you know, the back of my hair has this blonde color end, and that is just colored Afro Kiki Bulk hair from QBR. And that has given me the ability to have the color job that I've always wanted without dyeing my hair and bleaching and ruining it. And, you know, I come on here making a video crying because all my hair fell out. So that's another pro that I like about my extensions, and possibly your extensions. This could be a pro for your extensions as well. We get to play in color without damaging our hair. That's super duper fun. And the next part of this video, I'm going to be showing my locks, what they look like after 1 year, and what my extensions look like after 5 months. And if we just go in like to my previous videos, you see like now they're a lot more frizzy because my roots are starting to lock a lot better than what they were previously. And I love that. I love the frizz. I am embracing the frizz simply because it's not short. Like, the frizz isn't taking away from the overall look of my hair. When you have like traditional locks and like your Microlocs without extensions, the frizz kind of takes over a little bit, and it can become overwhelming. At least it was for me, and that was less than favorable for me. So the frizz with these, I am embracing it, and I really think it's just adding that realness to my hair, and that's always the goal. I don't ever want to look super duper fake. I want it to look natural, like it's growing out of my scalp. That's my goal. And another thing that I've noticed is that when you start with braids, you definitely can see the braid pattern for longer than if you were to do like the 2-strand twist. So everyone asks about braid locks and things like that. You very much can get braid locks. It's all the same process, but it will take a little bit longer to lose that braid texture and that braid form than it would twists or, you know, coils if you're doing traditional locks. So that's another thing that I have noticed about my micro. So that's all I have for you guys today. This was a quick little video that I wanted to just get out to just show my hair and show what I've been experiencing and what's been going on with my microloc extensions postpartum. And I also wanted to come because I miss you guys. I miss talking to you guys. I miss you guys telling me y'all stories and your experiences. I miss that. So now that we are getting back into the habit of posting and recording, you guys will go back to seeing me a lot more often. Baby girl is not yet on a schedule, but we're working on it. But I am planning to be back on camera a lot more. So y'all stay tuned for this new content. See you next time.